Hello and welcome to Big Bang with me, Nabila. First up, the plight of DLF buyers brought to the fore. Another group of flat owners of Skyline Apartments have come forth accusing their builders of withholding their homes.
Money laundering, demanding excess payments with no proof, usage of foul language and improper service. These are the allegations levelled against famous Skyline builders. Over 100 distressed buyers of Skyline Beverly Park in Amritahalli near Yelahanka are still waiting for the possession of the flats which they reportedly purchased in 2006. The project, which offers about 250 apartments, was supposed to be completed in 2009. Many buyers claim to have already paid more than 90% of the payment since 2006. They have stated that the administration refuses to give clear-cut answers regarding when they can move into their dream homes.
In my case, it was in 2007, and then it was to be delivered by 2010, including the grace period. Since then till date, there is no indication of getting the possession. Even the completion part of it is also, according to the recent assessment made by our professional, there are architects and all, jointly with this, police people, they have made an on-spot assessment. They have assessed it as still 35% of the job is remaining. So no hopes of, sorting out in spite of all our best efforts. We all cooperated. We extended all kinds of help, what they asked from us. In spite of that, this is only dragging on and we are not getting any indication how to overcome this.
The buyers have stated that despite their best efforts to cooperate with the builders, they've only been met with outright arrogance coupled with a lackadaisical attitude. Dozens of people have invested their life savings, taken loans worth lakhs and are spending thousands of rupees on rented homes close to Skyline Beverly Park in Amritahalli.
We saw a lot of arrogance and act of irresponsibility and things like that from them. And I feel that, that whatever problem they have, all of us have come together to sort out that problem. And he is not, giving ears to this. And we have people like him. He has put he's from KPCL, worked for a government company, and he has put all his savings in this. And today, he has no direction. Retirement funds, and the people have taken loan. They're repaying the loan with interest, and they're paying rent apart from, booking this flat. So these are the things, all our efforts to cooperate, help has not yielded anything. Probably what intention they have, we are not able to assess.
Another allegation levelled against Skyline is that the builders have asked the buyers to go ahead with flat registrations despite lacking the necessary statutory clearance. In a desperate attempt to get a civil response from Skyline builders, many have written letters to the administration and even the company's managing director, but to no avail.
I want to ask him, how can we register an apartment which is not complete, which doesn't have any of the statutory clearances? I have myself personally written 3 letters to the company, including to the managing director of the company who has signed my agreement. They have not even bothered to reply to my letter asking for copies in which I have asked for copies of the legal and statutory compliances. Nothing has come. Now if we register this, how can I stay in this apartment? There is no water, there is no power connection, there is no sewage.
So what is your demand now?
Complete the apartment, complete the project as per the terms in our original agreement, at the price in our original agreement. No excess payment and no deviations in the quality.
The buyers claim that they have been asked to pay lakhs of rupees for electricity and water connections, but the builders have failed to justify what the money is for. Questions on the credibility of Skyline, who have now been accused of laundering the buyers' hard-earned money.
Further, he has claimed in the letters deposit towards utilities like electricity and water, ranging from 6 lakh rupees to 8 lakh rupees. In my case, he has claimed 8 lakh rupees. And in fact, this charges is not more than 70,000 rupees, water and electricity deposit. And he's not giving the details about it. No, we are kept in dark, and he's trying to prove that we are defaulters as per the agreement, because we are not paid these amounts and things like that. So there is attempt by him to make money in various ways for this project, showing this project.
With the letters, pleas and complaints to the builders falling on deaf ears, they have registered a complaint with the Amritahalli police.
And that you have registered a FIR at the Amruthalli police station as well. What is happening with that? Has there been any headway in terms of investigation or whether he has been called?
Investigation must be going on, but I don't think there's any charge sheet filed as yet in the magistrate's court. We are awaiting that, and they should make their own investigations and come to their conclusions. As far as I am concerned, I invested in 2006 with the assurance and in the agreement that I'll get my apartment in 2009. I have paid all the installments on time, 90%, and he doesn't seem to be going by the agreement or the terms of the agreement, and sending us intimidating, threatening letters, and sometimes there's a verbal duel on telephones going on, and not becoming of a construction company of this standard. I mean, they've deteriorated to the extent it's, modesty doesn't permit me to talk about it anymore.
The allegations against Skyline are many, but the builders have defended themselves, saying that all of these are only partially true.
What allegation has been made regarding delay and everything, it is partially not true, because most of the customers who have booked in our apartment, they have booked it after 2009, 2010. Many of them have booked in 2013 also. So this delay what they claim is not true in case of everybody. Customers are liable to pay the BESCOM charges, the BWSSB charges, and also the VAT and service tax, on which they are asking for a rebate, which the management has not agreed for a rebate. That's why some of the customers have formed a group to reduce their liability. They're actually forcing us to reduce their liability. That's why all these protests and thing is going on.
Skyline has responded by pointing fingers at the distressed buyers, stating that the protests have an ulterior motive. After a wait of almost 7 years by many, all the buyers want now is the completion of the project so that they can move into their new homes. Harish Upadhyaya, News 9, Bengaluru.
It was just another normal Sunday at a factory in Chamarajpet. That is until a roaring fire broke out. Take a look.
The silent parking lot of TR Mills in Chamarajpet in Bengaluru was engulfed in flames today. Hundreds of people gathered as fire tenders attempted to douse the raging flames. The source was found to be a big stack of old tires. The fire quickly spread to 2 parked buses nearby. Within minutes, the roaring fire and billowing smoke had caught the attention of many. Fire personnel were notified. Several fire tenders and close to 100 personnel arrived at the spot and attempted to bring the raging fire under control. No injuries have been reported in the fire mishap. Meanwhile, property worth lakhs has been destroyed.
A quiet, gloomy Sunday for most of us turned into a big nightmare for some of the people here at the TR Mills yard in Chamarajpet when news came in that 2 buses around 4 p.m. had caught fire due to a bunch of tires that were placed in the TR Mills yard. We do know that there is still a lot of rescue personnel on location. There are still a lot of cops on location. There were nearly 8 fire tenders that were rushed to the spot. In the distance, you can see that the tires are still burning and the fire tenders are still working hard at putting out the fire in this particular area. Now, what we do know about TR Mills is that this is a yard where most of the private buses are parked, and 8 fire tenders were immediately pushed into service to save the 2 buses that had caught fire. Quite a dramatic turn of events, considering that there are over 50 buses parked in this particular yard. TR Mills is no longer functional, but this particular yard is used by a lot of private bus service providers to make sure that they have parking lot for their buses. And yes, now that at around 7 p.m. that the fire has been brought under control on the buses. The tires are still working, still burning, and the fire tenders are still working to bring it under control. Hopefully in the next few minutes it will be under control. But right now we can see that rubber, as we've been told, does not go out too soon, especially if rubber tires catch fire. It does not go out too soon. We can see a lot of cops on location being pressed into service, along with a lot of fire service agents here who have been here since the last 2 to 3 hours, trying to make sure that they bring in the fire completely into control. The buses that are kept right next to the fires right next to the tires, rather, I beg your pardon, caught fire, and the fire has been doused out on the buses a while ago. We're also told that the rain probably helped to a great extent to bring down the fire. Quite a few of the sources here have very, very mixed information about what could have triggered off the fire, considering it was a cold day. Now in summers, incidents like this where random fires take place are very common. But considering today it happened without really having a trigger of sorts in terms of heat, it indeed, we'll have to wait for further investigations to reveal what exactly caused this particular fire. With camera person Madan, this is Priya Jain for News 9.
Moving on, markets in India flooded with China-made products. Now, our Indian flags are also being manufactured in China. That is not really the issue, but there is more than what just meets the eye. Take a look.
As Independence Day is fast approaching, many products are being rushed to the markets. One of them is our own tricolour. But in the enthusiasm to rush it, there seems to be a lot of confusion and even disrespect. Green, white and saffron. Yes, the Indian tricolour has been shown with wrong sequence of colours by the hat manufacturers in China. Avenue Road in Bengaluru is being flooded with these faulty hats in almost all the shops with Made in China label attached to it. Or in simple terms, on these hats, the Indian flag has been printed upside down. Indeed, this has hurt sentiments. Seeing these faulty hats being sold in the market, many organizations have objected to it. Despite the objection from various organizations, vendors continue to keep the hats for sale. When asked about the China-made Indian flag hats, members of the organization said that it is wrong to manufacture such products which one does not have knowledge about.
ಸೊ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವೆನ್ಯೂ ರೋಡ್ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಟೋಪಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾರಾಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಧ್ವಜನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸರ್ ಇದು ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಿಳಿ ಹಸಿರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಸಿರು ಬಿಳಿ ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನಂದರೆ ಮೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಚೈನಾ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮೂರನೇದು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾರಾಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಭಾರತೀಯರು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಧ್ವಜಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂತ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಧ್ವಜವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಂತ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದೇನೆಂದರೆ ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಿಳಿ ಹಸಿರು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಸಿರು ಬಿಳಿ ಕೇಸರಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
However, many hats are being transported from Mumbai to Bengaluru. The cost of each hat is 10 rupees. According to the Avenue Road shop vendors, there are over 30 lakh hats which have been brought into the city this time.
ನಿಜಾನೇ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅವಾಗೇ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಐಟಮ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಅವಾಗೇ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ನಾವು ತರಿಸಿದ್ದು 100 ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸು, ಡಜನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಪೀಸ್ ಬರೋದು. ಅದು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅವಾಗೇ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ನಾವು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವತ್ತೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ನಮ್ಮದು ಮಡಗ ನಮಗೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಅದು ನಾವು ಅವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಾಂಬೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ.
Traditionally, flags are distributed from Karnataka to the whole country. It is a shame that hats showing disrespect to the flag are being sold in the city. Officials concerned must ensure no disrespect is brought to the country. Anand Burli for News 9, Bengaluru.